everyone, it's Wendy here, and welcome back to the Finding Wendy podcast. I know it's been a little while since I've posted, but I wanted to pop in today with some exciting updates. First of all, last weekend, the September 13th, was my official book launch for the Finding Wendy book, and it was such a special day. I wanted to give a great big shout out and thank you to Jimmy at O'Grady's. It was here in downtown Toronto in the gay neighborhood. And I can't thank everyone enough who came out to support me. And a special thank you to Shaun Proulx of the Shaun Proulx Show, you can find on Sirius XM, that was doing the Q&A as well. So we celebrated, I played my horn, and it was really a truly unforgettable day. On top of that, last week I had the opportunity to be interviewed on the Shaun Proulx Show. It was such a fun conversation, a very informative conversation, and I'm also so grateful for the chance to share my story with a wider audience. So, in today's episode, I thought I'd bring you along by sharing that interview with you. I really hope you enjoy listening to it, and it gives you a little bit more insight into why I wrote my book and what my journey has been like and what I've learned along the way. And just a quick reminder, my memoir, Finding Wendy, is also available on Amazon worldwide, both in paperback and Kindle. So if you haven't had a chance to grab your copy yet, please do so. I'd love for you to check it out, and also love for you to write a review on Amazon about what you felt about the book. All right, so let's dive in, and here's my interview with Shaun Proulx.
Listening to the Shaun Proulx Show with Shaun Proulx on Canada Talks, Sirius XM 167.
So glad you're with us. I hope you're having a great weekend. On the way, it took a few tries, but by God, Ginger Minj finally snatched herself a RuPaul's Drag Race crown, winning the latest iteration of All Stars a few weeks ago. We're going to catch up with the winner, baby, in about 15 minutes' time. But right now, Wendy Limberty joins us. She's a queer retired French horn player who has toured the world. She's turned podcaster and writer. In her new book, Finding Wendy, she shares her experience with obesity and a lifetime of music. Welcome to the show, Wendy.
Oh, thank you so much for having me today, Shaun.
Your book is called Finding Wendy, and I'm wondering, why did Wendy need finding? What does the title mean?
That's a great, great question. And the cover of my book, I'm actually hiding behind a French horn.
Yes, I noticed you're hiding.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that growing up here in Toronto, I actually had quite a traumatic childhood, and I've been fighting obesity all my life. And through finding the French horn, or the French horn found me, when I was in grade 7 and 12 years old, I found music. And music was the vehicle that helped me sort of get past the image of my body and get past all of the bullying and trauma that I experienced as a young person.
You say in your book, you talk about feeling invisible as a kid, but that it was, as you said just now, music that made you feel seen. You toured the world with a French horn. Talk to us about that intersection of music and visibility.
Yeah, basically it started actually the first time I performed in public when I was only 15 years old. And I was asked to perform in our high school at the art exhibit that was at the high school. And for the first time when I was performing, even though I was super, super nervous, and I played actually quite poorly, people came up to me after the performance and still gave compliments. And for the first time in my life, I felt like I was being seen. And I was being seen through the instrument. The instrument, the French horn, was the vehicle that helped me get past that image of my body, that feeling of being not a part of everybody's friends. I didn't have many friends because I was very much bullied because I was different.
You say about your book, you wanted to leave a legacy for others struggling with obesity. And in the book, you say you weighed at your heaviest 450 pounds. Can you take us back to where this all began? Tell us what it's been like for you, this experience, how it's affected you.
Yeah, like I mentioned, traumatic childhood. I was verbally abused by my father. My parents are Dutch, and the Dutch tradition and characteristics is to be blunt and honest. And my father was embarrassed about the way I looked, and he let me know. And words matter. When you're telling a child they're ugly because they're overweight, that affects you.
You were also dyslexic, and you had troubles in school, and your father was none too pleased about that either.
That's right. That's right. So all of those things compiled to me sort of hunkering down in my bedroom late at night, munching down on endless supplies of Reese's peanut butter cups, and then the weight kept on coming on and on and on. But through the vehicle of the French horn, the music chose me. I didn't choose it, but the being able to play the horn was something that I just loved to do, and discovered I was very talented at it as well.
What's it like navigating the world, moving through the world when you weigh 450 pounds?
Very difficult.
I bet.
I was very, very sick. I was incontinent. I just wanted to lay it right out there. It was very hard on my muscles, on my joints. I've had multiple hip replacements. I've had back surgery. It's very, very hard on your body.
And your spirit.
And your spirit. You become very, very much like a hermit, because you just sit on your couch and watch TV and eat. Oh, woe is me. And by eating, that gives you a shot of dopamine, and you feel good after you eat. Mm-hmm. So it was my drug of choice to escape the feelings of being a failure. And, simple things like just cutting your toenails or doing your own laundry wasn't possible at 450 pounds. And I've lost and gained 850 pounds throughout my lifetime. Wow. I've been on so many diets since I was 15, 16 years old. You name it, I've been on it. Weight Watchers, all of them. And every time I would lose 100 or 150 pounds and then regain it again. Lose 100, 150 pounds, regain it again.
What does that do to your mental health?
Well, it's for a short period. When you've lost the weight, you're feeling great.
Sure.
But then things happen, and you're finding yourself back in your old habits. And the brain is very, very strong when it tells you to just go back and eat the way you want to, because of this set point, it's called. Your body wants to be at a certain weight. And if it's used to being 450 pounds or 250 pounds, it's going to do everything and anything possible to make you go back to that weight.
The tipping point arrived for you during the pandemic.
Yes.
Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, well, I had bariatric surgery just before the pandemic, and that was in March of 2018, and I lost 250 pounds because of the bariatric surgery. But during the pandemic, lockdown, couldn't do anything. I had gotten into the habit of going to the gym and going outside and being active, and that wasn't possible anymore. And a lot of us felt like, is this really going to be the rest of our lives like this, locked up? So the old habits crept back in, that even though I had a smaller stomach, my stomach went from the size of a watermelon to the size of a boiled egg. You can eat slider foods, and slider foods don't take up very much room in your stomach.
What's a slider food?
A slider food is things like popcorn, chips, ice cream. You can eat an enormous amount of these things, but they don't fill you up.
Right.
But they fill you with calories and fat. And so weight started creeping back up. So of the 250 pounds I lost, I started regaining weight, and I gained about 100 pounds during the pandemic. And post-pandemic, I reached out to my bariatric team, and they were able to help me, put me on a medication called Vyvanse. And I tried intermittent fasting, but right now I'm on Ozempic. And because of the Ozempic, that food noise is off. So I'm not eating all the time or even thinking about it.
That's great. And where are you at now?
I've lost about 60 pounds.
Wonderful. Of
that 100-pound regain. I have about another 40 pounds to go to my sort of goal weight. And that's part of the reason why I wrote this book. Over the last 20 years, I have been publicly talking about my weight loss and my weight problems through YouTube, through blogging. And I thought the best way is to just put it down in a book and create a book about this whole journey and the journey of not giving up, because there's so many people out there that have tried every diet on the earth, or they've had bariatric surgery.
Yes.
80% of bariatric patients regained their weight after bariatric surgery.
We've got one more question. We've got time for one more quick question. What do you want to say to people who are listening to this right now who are obese or anyone struggling with weight or body image?
Well, you know what? I would say don't give up. Your story isn't over, because find your French horn that will keep you going, and you're not alone. And don't think, oh, God, I've had bariatric surgery, or I've done this diet and I've done that diet and it didn't work. I started regaining again. Just keep on going and don't give up.
I love that. Your story is not over. That's wonderful.
Find your own French horn, something that brings you joy and courage.
Wendy Limberty, it's been wonderful having you on the show. I appreciate you.
Yeah, and thanks so much. And my book's available on Amazon.
Anywhere you buy your books, it's called Finding Wendy. You've got the Shaun Proulx Show here on SiriusXM Canada Talks Channel 167. A little hocus pocus for you next. RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars winner Ginger Minj is our special guest, coming to a city near you with her new North American tour. We'll be right back. Glad you're here.
Made marvelous, amorous, glorious, victorious.